Do you maybe have a location that you and your family love going to every single year and you've thought about owning a vacation home but just didn't know where to start? Well, in this video, I'm gonna break down everything you need to know on how to own a vacation home and what type of loan options there are for you. So you may be wondering, Tyler, what type of loan options are there for me if I'm trying to buy a vacation home? So the simple answer to that question is there is a conventional loan product built specifically for second-hand vacation homes. Now, a lot of the times, they either come in a fixed rate option or an adjustable rate mortgage option. Most people go for a 30-year fixed rate mortgage with their second home. However, shorter terms are also available if you want to go down to a 20, 15, or even 10-year term. So now that we know we can go get a conventional loan to finance our vacation or second home, what are the requirements of this loan? Well, the underwriting process is very similar to just a normal conventional loan. However, there are a few key differences. Now, the first one, these units must be a single unit property. You cannot go get a second home that has multiple units. Now, the second part about these is you need to attest that you are going to use this loan as the intended purpose that you're taking it out for, a vacation home, meaning you personally will occupy it at least a portion of the year. Now, most underwriters want to see that you will use a property at least 10% of the year. Now, the other requirement for this type of loan is the property needs to be at least 100 miles away from where you currently live. They don't just want to see you purchase a house on the other side of town and call it a vacation home. That's not realistic. So it needs to be at least 100 miles away from you to be eligible. Now let's talk about the question you're all wondering. What are the down payment requirements and what are the interest rates? So the guidelines are very clear on this. You need 10% down when you're trying to purchase one of these properties using a conventional loan for a second home or vacation home. Now you can always put down more. 20% will get you no PMI, but 10% is the minimum that lenders look for this type of property. What are the interest rates? Well, they're very similar to investment rates. Now, anytime you're not occupying the property as your primary residence, the interest rates is going to be a little bit higher than if you were. So what I usually tell people to expect is to expect the interest rate to be 0.5% up to 1% higher than if you were to live in the property. Now, one of the next big things about this is going to be your credit score. Now, lenders generally want to see really, really good credit if you're buying a second property. So while yes, the guidelines state they can go down to 620, that may be very tough to get approved. Most lenders want to see squeaky clean credit above 700 for these type of loans. What are the debt to income requirements? Well, it's very similar to a conventional loan where we can go up to 50%, but they want to see it around 43 or below usually. Reserves, what's that mean? Well, the cleaner your file is, meaning the more income, the more down, the lower DTI, the cleaner your overall file is, the less reserves they may require from you. Generally, I see between 2 and 6 months reserves requirements after closing. Meaning if this takes you $50,000 to purchase this property and the monthly payment is $2,000 a month, the lender wants to see that $12,000 in the bank after we close. Tyler, you mentioned that I only have to occupy the unit 10% of the year. What can I do about the other 90%? Well, the cool part is you can do as you wish. You can turn it into a long-term or short-term rental. You can do Airbnb. You can do whatever you want with the property. So this trick right here is how investors get investment properties without having to put 25% down. Now, like I said, the big key part is you need to use it as its intended purpose with 10% down, but you can rent it out 90% of the year. One other thing I like to note is the closing costs may be a little bit higher for these second or vacation homes. The biggest difference I am seeing compared to like a primary residence is the interest rate may cost a little bit more. Like I had mentioned before, you usually can expect about 0.5% to 1% higher on the rate itself, but the actual cost for the rate usually is higher as well. Now, like I've mentioned in many videos, always shop around, always compare different lenders, find one that makes you comfortable, but also is going to give you the best deal. Because not all lenders are created the same. If one lender is giving you a 8% interest rate on the second home, another lender may be able to give you that same loan for the same cost at 7.5%. So it's very important to compare lenders to make sure you're getting the best deal for yourself. So just to recap all of this into the key points that you need to know, yes, there are conventional loan products to purchase a vacation home for yourself. It requires at least 10% down. Better credit is required. There is a little bit higher of an interest rate, and there may be reserves required depending on your overall situation with the application. And my favorite part about this loan is you only need to occupy it 10% of the year. The other 90%, you can do whatever you want with it. Create rental income for yourself without having to shell out 20, 25% for that investment property. Now, if you have any questions about using a conventional loan to purchase a second or vacation home, reach out to me. Me and my team are experts in this field. We'll be able to make sure you get taken care of in the best way possible. And as always, thank you so much for watching today's video. I really appreciate all the support. Make sure to drop a like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And remember, my team is almost nationwide. We're in 47 states, so we can help you anywhere you want to purchase or even refinance too. So please reach out to me. My contact is all over my page, and I'll catch you in the next video.